Have some old bananas laying around? Me too. Let's turn these into something special. Come with me. Today we will be making banana bread, but not just any ordinary banana bread. We are going to make banana bread with a cream cheese ribbon. Let's start with the ingredients. For the banana bread, you will need 2 cups of flour. This is regular all-purpose flour. 3/4 of a cup of sugar. 1/4 teaspoon of salt. 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda. 3 really ripe bananas, and I think these qualify as really ripe, especially this one. 2 large eggs. 1/4 cup of buttermilk. 6 tablespoons of melted butter that has been cooled. And 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. For the cream cheese ribbon, we will need 5 ounces of softened cream cheese. Just leave it out at room temperature for about an hour and it should be good enough. You never want to start with cold cream cheese because it'll never mix properly. You'll just have clumps of cream cheese in an egg bath. 1 large egg. Another 1/4 cup of our sugar. And 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. Let's get to mixing those ingredients. We'll start with the banana bread first. Let's start with our dry ingredients. So we will begin with 2 cups of our all-purpose flour, 3/4 of a cup of sugar, our 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda. So I've got a 1/2 teaspoon measure here. It'll be 1 1/2 of these. And we will whisk to combine. Okay. And we will set that aside for the time being. Next step is to mash our very ripe bananas. And these are very ripe, especially this one. Okay, I would use a fork to mash these. If you've got soft bananas, this is going to be very easy. Our bananas are mashed. We will put these right into their own bowl. Next, we will add 2 large eggs, our 1/4 cup of buttermilk, our 6 tablespoons of melted butter, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. So again, 1/2 teaspoon measure, I'm going to use 4 of these. Okay, and we will whisk this to combine. And now we will add our wet ingredients into our dry. And I'm going to be gentle here. I'm not looking for a hard mix. I'm just looking to gently combine these. If you mix too much, you're going to end up with tough banana bread. And we don't want a tough banana bread. We want something that is moist and soft. That looks pretty good. we will set this aside and let's work on our cream cheese filling. And I'm just going to use the same bowl that I had my wet ingredients in. So we will add our cream cheese. Add our 1 egg. And I've already combined my 1/4 cup of sugar and my 2 tablespoons of flour. So we will put that in. And then I add just a dash of vanilla because why not? It makes everything better. You don't strictly need to do that though. Okay, and mix to combine. And you want this to be pretty homogeneous. Okay, that looks pretty good. I have already pre-greased my dish here. It's 11 by 7.5 or 8 inches, which is just the right size for this recipe. You can also make it in a loaf pan if you want. I just find that it bakes better in a flatter pan. And incidentally, I have my oven preheating at 350 degrees. So we will put our banana bread in our pan. What I do is I put about half of it in, maybe a little bit more than half, and I even it out. And then I add my cream cheese, and I'm kind of going to do this in a bit of a zigzag pattern. So I'm not being too careful about placement here. I just want it to be kind of splotchy. And then I will add dollops of the leftover banana bread on top. Okay, and here's where the magic happens. Just take a knife and start working through, kind of back and forth. There's no rhyme or reason to this. You just want to sort of mix in the banana bread and the cream cheese filling without totally mixing it together. You want it to be a little bit loose like this. Okay, that's all the farther I'm going to take. So it's definitely kind of hodgepodge, but that's what you're looking for. So at this point, we are going to bake it again in a 350 degree oven for about 50 to 60 minutes. I would watch it at 50 and add time as necessary. So let's do that. I'm using my trusty Ninja multi-purpose oven to bake this. I find it, especially during the summer, to be more convenient and more energy efficient. So again, 350 for 50 minutes. And start. Now the hard part, waiting. What I like most about this bread, besides the simplicity of making it, is that it's pretty much foolproof. As long as you follow the directions and you don't overcook it, you're going to end up with a great product that's moist every time, and it's very flavorful. What I like best about it though is that it isn't overly sweet. There's 3/4 of a cup of sugar in the banana bread, and I think another 1/4 cup we used in the cream cheese ribbon. So it's a cup total, but it doesn't have that overwhelmingly sweet taste to it, which is something that I enjoy. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'll link another one here for you to enjoy. And with that, thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you on our next adventure.